Uncle Tom's Cabin, the book that started a war. In 1852, a novel written by a white woman from Ohio ignited a firestorm across the United States. That book was Uncle Tom's Cabin, and its author, Harriet Beecher Stowe, had never stepped foot on a southern plantation. Yet somehow, through empathy, meticulous research, and a burning sense of justice, she managed to write a story that moved an entire nation, and in doing so, changed the course of history. Uncle Tom's Cabin wasn't just a bestseller. It was an earthquake. Published just a decade before the Civil War, it sold 300,000 copies in its first year, an astronomical number at the time. It was read aloud in churches, passed hand to hand in parlors, and dissected in newspapers both north and south. And what was all the fuss about? A man named Tom. A kind, dignified, devout man, enslaved. The story follows the journeys of several enslaved characters, but it is Tom who anchors the novel. Sold from one master to another, Tom suffers cruelty with grace, holds fast to his Christian faith, and ultimately dies a martyr, refusing to betray fellow fugitives. His death wasn't just a tragedy, it was a mirror. A mirror that forced white Americans, particularly Northerners, to confront the human cost of slavery. For many readers, this was the first time they truly saw enslaved people as people, with families, emotions, faith, and dreams. And that was revolutionary. The South, however, was furious. Critics called the book an exaggeration, propaganda, even treason. Pro-slavery writers churned out rebuttal novels, desperately trying to repaint the institution in a kinder light. But the damage, or perhaps the healing, was already done. The book became such a cultural force that, years later, when Harriet Beecher Stowe met President Abraham Lincoln, he reportedly greeted her with the words, "So you're the little lady who wrote the book that started this great war." Whether or not Lincoln actually said that doesn't matter. What matters is that people believed it. Uncle Tom's Cabin had done the unthinkable. It had made a moral argument so powerful, so emotionally resonant, that it shifted public opinion in real time. But the book's legacy is complicated. Over the decades, the term Uncle Tom became a slur, twisted to mean someone who's overly submissive or betrays their own people. That wasn't Stowe's intention. Her Uncle Tom was a figure of spiritual strength and moral resistance, not weakness. So why does it matter today? Because Uncle Tom's Cabin is more than just a relic of the past. It's a reminder of the power of stories. Stories can awaken empathy. Stories can shift paradigms. Stories can spark revolutions. If you found this story powerful, don't forget to subscribe to Read to Remember, where books come alive, and history is never forgotten.